Now, in today's video, we might have yet another absolute game changer. Now, the other day, I dropped the Citizens Bank credit card approval hack. This is very similar to the Apple Card, the GM Goldman Sachs card, where you can get pre-approved, freeze your credit report after you get the offer, accept the offer with no hard credit inquiry. Now, I'm happy to announce in this video that we might have another similar card product. And a great thing, this is open to anyone nationwide, soft credit check pre-approval, and nobody on the internet is talking about this. This is an exclusive. I'm gonna break it to you in today's video. So the financial institution we're talking about is G Bank. Now, specifically, G Bank has a personal credit card. So this is the G Bank Visa Signature Credit Card. This credit card is very unique because it's designed for gaming and sports fans everywhere. Now, one of the major issues with using credit cards if you are into online sports wagering and gambling is that a lot of these apps or websites don't even accept credit cards, or they make it extremely hard to accept credit cards, or your credit card issuer will actually ban certain merchant category codes, meaning anything associated with gambling or gaming is completely banned. Your transaction is going to get declined. Not only does the G Bank Visa Signature Credit Card allow you to load money on to these sports wagering apps, you could also earn cash back from those loads. And one of the major differences is that when you use, let's say, a credit card for a gaming app, it's treated usually as a cash advance versus a purchase. And as we all know, cash advance rates are usually going to be higher than purchase APRs. The dope thing about this also is that you can get pre-qualified with no impact to your credit score. But as far as the benefits, you earn 1% cashback rewards on gaming and sports app, 2% cashback rewards on all other eligible purchases. There's also no annual fee for the G Bank Visa Signature Credit Card. Now, the 1% on sports app loads may not sound that significant, but one way to look at it is that that 1% can potentially offset some of the fees that you're going to be charged if you do use a credit card to load money onto a sports app. Probably the most cost-effective way of loading funds onto a sports app is to use crypto like Bitcoin, because oftentimes there's no fees associated with it. But when you use a debit card, a wire, or even a credit card, you're going to be paying fees on top of whatever amount that you're depositing. So that 1% cash back can actually help offset the cost of loading money onto one of these sports apps if you're using a credit card. Now, real quick, before we get into the pre-qualification, for those who aren't aware of G Bank is based out of Las Vegas, Nevada. But the great thing about this is that it's available to anyone nationwide. So there's no geographic restrictions as far as the credit card. Anyone throughout the United States can pre-qualify and get approved for this. Now, as it says right here, see if you're pre-qualified with no impact to your credit score. I'm going to do just like I usually do and be a guinea pig to get the data points on this. So let's fill out this application and see if we can get another pre-qualification. All right, it says, congrats, you've pre-qualified for a credit card. Choose the offer that best suits you. And it says, select the offer below and submit your card application with just a few more steps. Your offer ID and then an email with your offer ID has been sent to the registered email. The APRs range from 19.99 to 27.99. Cash advance APR 29.49. There's no annual fee. And the cash advance APR is only 3%, which is not too bad, as well as 3% on foreign transactions. All right, so right down here, it says SSN verification authorization. I certify that I've read the consent of the SSN verification authorization, which authorizes G Bank to verify my social security number with the Social Security Administration to help protect my identity and reduce fraud. Now, again, going into this, I'm not exactly sure the data points as far as which credit bureau they're pulling, but from what I've noticed with a lot of credit card applications, ones that are doing SSN verification generally are pulling from Experian, because Experian is the preferred service provider for the Social Security Administration for verifying identity. Now, this is just a hunch. I'm not exactly sure. I won't know until I go through with the full application, but that's what I'm predicting. Let's see if I'm right. Another note right here, it says, I authorize G Bank to check my credit, employment, and income history from one or more credit reporting agencies. So basically what it seems like is that they could potentially pull multiple credit reporting agencies. Now, I've done other applications where they're doing instant income verification, and this is usually going to be through Equifax, because Equifax has what's called the work number. For those who don't know, The Work Number is a database that aggregates hundreds of millions of payroll records. That's why I always emphasize having verifiable proof of income. And I know for a fact that mortgage lenders, some mortgage lenders, not necessarily all, but mortgage lenders use the Work Number report to validate and verify income and employment information. So my hunch is going to be either Experian and or Equifax. So again, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen, but before I move forward with this, even if I don't get approved, even if it doesn't go through, I just want to know what the actual data points are. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in and I'm going to freeze my credit report. So it says I'm pre-qualified, but I'm going to go in, freeze my credit report and see what happens. All right, so we're back on Experian.com. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to click this button right here, make sure it's locked. And I wanted to peep down here so y'all can see this. Y'all see this right here? Access block Citizens Bank 7/19/2025. So just to confirm, I know this is unrelated, but kind of related. Citizens Bank will attempt to hard pull you once you accept the card offer. But as I demonstrated, you're able to run the play, freeze your credit report, accept it, and then get it with no hard inquiry. So we're going to see if we can do this with this other credit card. Now we're going to do the same exact thing as we did on Experian as on Equifax. It says you're about to place a security freeze on your Equifax credit report. Place the freeze. So now what we want to do, we want to wait a couple of minutes. Don't do it immediately. I would say wait, maybe 5 minutes or so to ensure that the freeze or the lock is in place. And then we're going to go back to the application. All right, so let's go down. And I think we've waited long enough. So here's the moment of truth. Let's see if this works. All right. So it says, congratulations. Your credit application has been approved subject to identity verification. You will receive an SMS message to your phone, the one you provided in the application, providing you with instructions on how to complete the verification process. All right, so we check Experian and look what we have right here. Inquiry blocked by Experian credit lock. So let's click on this. And as you can see right here, now I said before, I think that they're going to pull from Experian because Experian is the preferred service provider for the Social Security Administration to verify your identity. So one thing to be careful when you're submitting applications, especially ones that are pulling from Experian, to use the name, address, email, and phone number that's linked to your Experian credit profile. I'm glad we were able to get the data point on this. So they will attempt to hard pull you on Experian. So I've been able to confirm that. Now, I'm not sure what happens from here. To be honest with you, I really don't care for the credit card, but I just wanted to get the information for you. Now, based off the information that they sent me in this email, they said you're pre-qualified for $15,000 or up to $15,000. Now, it seems like with GBank, obviously, you're probably not going to be getting $50,000 limits like with some of the major banks, but I did want to share these data points. Now, you can go through the pre-qualification. They are going to attempt to pull your Experian personal credit report, just as I predicted. Now, as part of this process, there was no proof of income requested, no pay stubs, nothing like that. Now, if anyone wants to run this play, I'll drop the link in the description of the video. Let me know your comments and questions right down below. And if anyone has any other data points, definitely let us know in the comment section. Until next time, take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace. All right, so let's go over some of the frequently asked questions. So, does this card come with an annual fee? Absolutely not. So that's another benefit. There's no annual fee associated with the GBank Visa Signature credit card. Who issues the credit card? So GBank has partnered with I2C. Now, this is new to me, but I2C appears to be a third-party credit and debit card issuer. It looks like they also do prepaid cards, and they partner with a handful of brands, another one being the Bank of Missouri, Pay Active, which is real-time earned wage access, and a host of other fintech partners. So essentially, they're partnering with banks and other fintechs and other business service providers to be able to issue credit, debit, and prepaid cards. Now, the most appealing part about this particular credit card is that you can earn rewards in gaming and sports categories of 1%. Now, that might not seem like a lot, but trying to use credit cards, for example, if you want to do online sports wagering or gambling, a lot of times most credit cards don't even work. So you either have to do a bank connection or use a debit card. So this is interesting. I think this solves a huge issue because a lot of credit cards, major credit cards, don't even allow you upload or load money onto your sports wagering accounts or gaming accounts with that credit card. And the fact that you're actually earning cash back. Now, it also can help with offsetting the transaction fees because usually when you use a credit card, you're going to pay a higher transaction fee. I've seen fees as high as 3, 4, 5% on some of these gaming sites. Now, this is important too because the way they're able to determine which types of spend qualify for cash back is based off of the merchant category code, MCC. These are the specific merchant category codes where you will actually earn the cash back from. Now, as it says right here, we do not determine which MCC code a merchant chooses to classify itself. Now, the GBank Visa signature card allows you to send funds directly to your gaming and sports apps. Unlike many other credit cards, the GBank Visa signature treats gaming and sports app loads as purchases instead of cash advances, saving the cardholder up to 3% on gaming and sports app loads.